would like to say, man, is that, I like people that came out here today in the rain, and I'm pleased to see, y'all showed up today. First, I would like to ask permission to speak to the ancestors. Can I speak? Sure. Thank you so much. I'm getting ready to give, first of all, before I say this, I want to tell you something about me. I'm a certified youth counselor. I'm a certified parenting counselor. And also, I'm a certified relationship counselor. This is what I do. I deal with the youth in Brownsville. I be all over the country. Indiana, Chicago, Ohio, Mississippi, North Carolina, South Carolina, California, Tennessee. Be all over the country actually talking to the youth and talking to the parents that are in charge of the youth. And one thing that I've seen a lot of activity that's going on in New York across the country. So it's going on in Chicago, it's in Ohio, it's in North Carolina, it's in South Carolina, it's in Virginia, it's in Tennessee, it's in Detroit. Everything you see going on with our youth, killing each other, shooting each other, is going on all over the country. This is not only in New York City. This is all over the country that our families are dysfunctional. Now, a lot of us have to understand is that what the brother said earlier about the slave mentality. We still have that mentality. We are still acting like slaves. Where we dislike one another. But the first dislike goes with ourselves. Because when we look in that mirror, we don't like that image that we see in that mirror. The reflection that's coming back at us, we don't like that reflection. So now we got to change the image of that particular thing that we see in the mirror. Because we don't like it. Prime example. And I say this all the time. Yes, black women have had wigs back in Egypt, or wigs or whatever you want to say, but not the way they doing it now. They got blue hair, purple hair, red hair. I mean, come on, it's getting really out of order. That they try to be like that white woman. See, I'm going to tell the truth. I'm not going to pull no punches. You're trying to be white, because you don't like that black, beautiful self that you can see in the mirror. But you got to come back to reality and understand that that black woman is the first and most powerful woman on this planet. Everything comes from her. Everything comes out of that womb. And you got to respect that womb, black woman. Now let's turn back to the man. Now let me tell you something. I'm going to speak truthful. This gay stuff, I ain't got to respect it. You feel me? I ain't got to respect it and I ain't got to condone it. Because I don't. Because that's a European way of life. That's a European. The Greeks and the Romans lived like that. Africans didn't do that. Now, I'm not going to say that there was nobody out there. I don't know. But in my history, when I check it, I don't see that behavior being something that black people were doing that I noticed, that I seen in the books. Because I read a lot of books. And I didn't see none of that gay stuff involved with this. So this is not a proper behavior. This is a mental problem. This was in the book. What's the name of the book? The DNA, where they describe what kind of illness you have. It was in the book in 1970. And they took it out the book recently. That it's not a mental illness, but it's a mental illness. And it's another form of eugenics, because eugenics means to stop the birth of the black race, meaning that a woman don't like a man and a man don't like a woman. So that means that there's not going to be no more babies. We're not going to reproduce any longer. Because if I don't like a woman and she don't like me, how can we increase our race? It's not going to happen. It's not going to take place. And we have this mentality. Now you got parents that are in these households. See that child acting crazy, man. When you're hugged up on another girl, or a man hugged up on another man, and don't correct that, and don't correct it. So that means there's a problem going on with that parent that has a psychological issue that they haven't dealt with. That allowing their children to act and do this kind of thing inside that environment, that's not right. See, if there's not a man in that environment that has an image that young child can look at and say, well, I want to be like that when I grow up. Or they ain't got a woman in there looking at that woman saying, well, that woman there, man, is a good example that I can follow, you know what I'm saying, in my life. Without a skirt up to here and her butt hanging out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or that man. Or that youth with his pants down here. Listen, this is how it goes. If my butt is hanging out here, and I'm walking, so, you know what I'm saying? Listen, it's easy for me to put the dress on after that. You know why? Because I'm used to my butt being out in the air. So the transforming from being a man to a woman is easy. Because the cracker, and I don't care about calling him a cracker, white man, European, whoever he is forcing this on our community. That we got to accept this. Now if you're going in a church, and the preacher's standing up there, and he's not talking about this, so what is it? He has accepted this, or you remember now, most of the churches are getting paid by the government, if you didn't know. Most churches are getting paid by the government. They're getting funds, money. So they're going to go along with this mentality. You know what I'm saying? But this is destroying us as individuals. Now I'm in the street with the Crips, the Latin Kings, the Bloods, the Deck Eyes, and all the rest of these different gangs. And the first thing that they tell me is that, why would I stop selling drugs and I ain't got no money? And that's a real important issue. They got a point there. You know what I'm saying? They got to survive. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we have to come up with ways on how to get some money, some economic flows in our lives. Because if we don't, we're not going to have the power to say anything to the youth about anything that we would like to tell them about stop doing this and stop doing this and stop doing this. We have to develop, you know what I'm saying, our own stores in our own community. Everybody in our community is Chinese, Arab, or whatever. You don't see a lot of black stores, our own stores out here. Other people come in our community and take funds out of our community, man. Every day they do this. We have to stop that, and we have to let them know that when you go to school or college, you're being taught how to be subservient to the system. You're not being taught how to own your own business. You're not taught how to be responsible for your own. You are taught how to be subservient to the system. And until we realize and understand that if we don't change our mind on how to conduct ourselves as men and women and how to teach our children to love themselves, when they're coming from school, give them some attention, talk to them, hug them, kiss them, tell them that you love them. You know what I'm saying? Somebody else is going to do that, and it'll probably be a gang leader in the street that will have your young daughter, man, you know what I'm saying, in there doing stuff you're not supposed to be doing, and have your young son out there doing things that they're not supposed to be doing. So we have to be mindful of that in the way that we conduct ourselves and the things that we do. I have an event coming up on this month, the 29th of October. It's free. The Destruction and Division of the Black Family. I already did part 1. This will be part 2. You know what I'm saying? So anybody that wants to come out to this event is welcome to come out. It's free. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to be talking about a lot of things about the black family and what happened to us. And why we have so much hatred and so much chaos and confusion inside that environment that we call the family. All right? And I want to leave it at that. Peace and black power.